The next lesson we're going to learn is 7.4, chords and arcs. So first we need to define chord and remind ourselves what an arc is. A chord is a segment with both endpoints on a circle. A chord is a segment with both endpoints on a circle. So I've drawn 3 different examples of chords. So you can have a chord that is very close to the outer part of a circle. You can have a chord that is very close to the center. And you can have a chord that goes through the center. Now, this one has a special name because when you have a chord that goes through the center, we call it a diameter, which is essentially a special chord. Okay. So these would be referred to as a chord, and this would be referred to as a diameter. But in its normal sense, it is a special chord. Now, an arc we've already learned about, but to remind ourselves, an arc is a portion of a circle, which is the curved, try that again, curved part. So chords and arcs, that's what we're going to talk about. So we have 4 theorems that we need to learn in order to do this lesson. And with each theorem comes a converse. So we're going to first start with the vocab, and then we will end obviously with our examples as always. So the first theorem says, in a circle, congruent central angles have congruent chords and congruent arcs. In a circle, congruent central angles have congruent chords and congruent arcs. So first thing I need to do is draw our example. There we go. Okay, so we have a label A, B, C, and D. And then this is going to be angle 1, and this will be angle 2. So based on the theorem, based on the image, in a circle, congruent central angles, so if these are congruent, they have congruent chords and congruent arcs. So if angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, then chord AB is congruent to chord CD, and arc AB is congruent to arc CD. AB is congruent to CD, and the arc is measured to the arc. Now the converse of this statement would be if arcs or chords are congruent, in a circle, then the central angle are congruent. If arcs or chords are congruent in a circle, then the central angles are congruent. So, for example, if AB is congruent to CD, or you could have said if a arc AB is congruent to arc CD, then angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Now remember, converse just simply means the if-then statements rearrange.